Welcome to Monday Mornings with Luann and Tim. Thank you. Huge thanks to KC Security for sponsoring the show for us. Hope you had a great weekend. How was yours? You were busy.
Thank you. Huge thanks.
Huge
I was
thanks.
very well. Auditions are complete for the Addams Family.
Yay.
We had our first get-together last night. Oh, it's so difficult to cast. I mean, we had almost 70 people audition for 23 parts.
Wow.
I know, it's heartbreaking. You sit there and there's so much talent. You
Oh,
hate
and
to say
you
no to
gotta
anybody.
say, yuck. Now, did you first run through? Did you have in your head, done
No.
for all the roles? No.
You can't even believe how it turned out.
No kidding. Seriously.
Lots of surprises. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
But an ensemble that is full of people who are, amazing talent.
And when can we look forward to seeing it? I know you just got
We
started.
open April 29th.
So you'll be working hard.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, April 29th to May, whatever that ends up being.
And you're the director?
I'm the director.
Extraordinaire. Are you a tyrant?
No.
Because I know you're a perfectionist like I am.
No, I don't think I'm a tyrant. I try to inspire through excitement.
That's good. See, that's a huge difference.
I only lose my patience if people don't listen or they don't
follow through.
Do their job.
Right. Well, you know what though? Fair enough. You're the boss, right?
Yeah. No,
I could not work for you for 10 minutes.
No, I make people. Yeah, no. I've got a good. The key is I surround myself with a great team of people.
Perfect. And that's what you need, because with all those people and making all the decisions.
This is a smaller cast for me. I'm normally used to working with like 40, 50 people. This is good.
That's true.
I was aiming for 23, I ended up with 27, so I cast a few more than I was going to.
So are you talking yet about who got what roles, or is it too early?
No, but I don't know. We'll do a press release, I think.
Okay.
To say who got what, but yeah. There's some nice returning people who haven't done show you haven't seen for a while.
That'll be
I'll
nice.
mention one, Morticia. The role of Morticia.
That's who I was wondering about.
Judy Holmes.
Awesome. I'm so happy.
I know. The last time we worked together, I think was probably the Wizard of Oz when she played Glinda. But I met Judy back in the 1900s.
Stunning singer, and will fit the part. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then opposite her is a guy named, his name is Jay Fott. Jay had never done community theater until he came out and auditioned for Shrek, and he was one of the three pigs in Shrek.
Really?
And he came back and he got the role of Gomez. He auditioned for Fester. I was like, I think he could play Gomez. He's like, what? And I said, yeah, push yourself. He said, I pushed myself to come out and audition for Fester. So we'll push yourself a little further. And he got the part.
Awesome. This sounds exciting.
Went home and did some research and did a little bit of work and came back and auditioned for Gomez and got the part. Yeah, very exciting.
His eyes twinkle when he talks about live theater. He just can't help himself. Congratulations. I hope it goes all very well.
It's Rubber Ducky Day. Happy Rubber Ducky Day.
Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
And also, apparently, it's International Skeptics Day, but I'm not quite sure I believe that.
I don't blame you. Nothing is real.
And
Nothing.
it's Make Your Dream Come True Day, Luann.
Where did I go wrong? I missed that. I missed the turn. No, I'm kidding. Make your dreams come true. My husband Jim bought me a
I was going to say, my husband Jim divorced me. No.
Bought me a huge sign that says, dream big.
Yeah.
So whatever you think you can do, dream it. Dream bigger. What the heck can you lose?
Go big or go home.
Right? And energy follows thought. So
follow your energy. You always say that.
Yeah,
energy follows thought.
So if you have positives and if you have a vision of, I want a red car, well, you might not get a red car, but you might get a car, right? Why not take the energy and be positive?
Yeah, just be positive. I'm positive I'm not getting a red car.
And I'm almost positive that I could throw up at the thought of this, myself personally. Gwyneth Paltrow, the Goop, founder of Goop, she has all these natural kind of goofy things. She has a sex toy on her website that she sells for $1,500. I want to know what that thing can do.
You better serve breakfast after you're done.
At least buy me dinner, baby.
$1,500.
Right.
Oh, where's my orange juice?
So she has a new candle. And it smells like a woman's most intimate part. The candle is called This Smells Like My Vagina. There it is. Why? I don't understand. Why? I don't. You know what? Women douche so that they don't smell. And now we're going to light I guess guys might like that as a little stocking stuffer. Look at you. I don't even. And then now the guys have to have one. Right? How? Where does that come from?
The last thing I want in my house is a flaming vagina. I don't want a flaming vagina in my house.
No flaming vajayjays for Tim.
That would explain why Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is coming out with a candle that smells like his testicles.
Yeah.
He said that.
He said he's been trying to work on it for a little bit, but he keeps burning his testicles, so he doesn't know what he's going to do. What is wrong with this world?
He's coming out with a TV show.
Is he?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
He got an 11-episode commitment to NBC. He's going to be the executive producer, maybe even a cast member, and it's the story of his own tumultuous upbringing. The format is uncertain if he'll be like a narrator like Jim Parsons was on The Young Sheldon, or if he'll play a relative in the show, but yeah, he's got an 11-episode series about his life. Young The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Well, apparently he's had quite an upbringing. He's had some tough times.
He's been all over the place. Yeah, he's lived all over the place. He's had some tough times. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. The story of his life.
Maybe we'll find out if he was in jail, because I feel like he might have been. You know.
I feel like he might have been in prison. Remember the story about Jason Derulo and Cats, and they CGI'd out his groin because it was too big, too lumpy.
You can't even say it.
Too lumpy. Okay, so you know that actor. Remember the actor's name is Burt Ward. He played Robin.
Yes.
In Batman.
Boy, Robin.
1966 to 1968, Burt Ward played Robin on Batman, and so he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Thursday. And there he is, right there, holding his star with another Robin character. And he admitted during that interviews on the star thingy that the Catholic League of Decency complained to ABC in 1966 about the size of Robin's bulge.
No.
Yeah,
Seriously?
They thought it was a little too big for television.
Oh,
for gosh sakes, what are you showing?
Oh, you know what? It might be.
Well, so anyway,
that's a little
so they thought it was too much. So they apparently they sent him to a doctor.
Stop it.
And he got a prescription for some pills that were supposed to reduce the size of his bulge, and he said he took it for 3 days and was like, "This could make me like sterile." So he stopped taking the pills. And I think he just found a cup or something. And then he told the story about like this. Okay, so here he is getting his Hollywood star, and he tells about how he took pills, but Adam West, they used to pad him with Turkish towels.
Oh my word! One extreme to the
to
other.
give Batman some more
bulge.
Yeah, there's always those things you don't really want to know.
He was Johnson-less.
So, oh my God.
Joaquin Phoenix.
What about him?
He got Best Actor at the Critics' Choice Awards.
You said you just saw Joker. What'd you think?
Seriously, if you have not seen Joker, you have no idea. Your preconception of it is gonna blow you away. This film, he should get the Oscar for this. He was phenomenal. I thought this, like, immediately I said I would watch this again. And I never watch movies twice.
There he is there.
Yeah.
Remember the, yeah.
He just, it's such an aha moment. So many of them, you know, and tragic, and
the Oscar nominations are coming out today.
Yeah.
I think they're ongoing right now. If it's like 5 o'clock in the morning in LA or whatever, yeah.
Usually it's about 8 o'clock.
We know they're going with no host this year.
Again.
Yeah, but then
like
on a bright side though, the Golden Globes has announced that next year the hosts, because Ricky Gervais is done.
Is he for sure?
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are coming back.
Awesome. It's been a minute.
For the Golden Globes.
They
like
need
them.
to do that.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
And I remember talking about this a while ago. It's confirmed now. Remember when we first started talking about the reboot of Saved by the Bell, and we knew that there was like a couple of the characters, like the Screech guy was going back or whatever. But we weren't sure. And Mario, what's his name?
Lopez.
Yeah, because he'll do anything for work.
Well, apparently.
So there was we didn't know whether or not the Zach Morris guy was going to come back. That they were trying to get Mark Paul Gosselaar to come back. He signed.
No. Stop it.
Confirmed he's going to do 3 episodes and play the governor of California. That's what they were talking about, making Zach Morris the governor of California, and he did it. He signed for 3 episodes. So
he was so dumb in that show, and he's the governor of California now.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it, so can Zach Morris, I guess. So there you go. That's going on with Saved by the Bell.
New York Times called Canada a bone-chillingly cold country that needs Harry and Meghan's razzle-dazzle. So you can imagine Twitter just all over the New York Times.
When was the last time a writer from the New York Times came to Canada?
Right?
Bone-chillingly.
And they apparently changed the wording in the editorializing of the paper because he was saying something like vast, immense, tundra, like ridiculous. It's like, so on Twitter, hurry up and get here because our igloos are melting, and like all kinds of different comments.
Oh, that's funny.
Stuff. Yeah, it is.
They brought their dogs back.
Who?
The Markles.
The Markles.
I don't think the Duke would. Is he a Duke? What is he?
I don't know.
He's a something. He's a Duke.
He's a Duke.
Anyway, when they came back this time, they brought their dogs. They're serious. They're to Canada. They brought their dog.
Big meeting
now
there
Archie,
today.
the kid, is here, and the dogs are here. Is the Queen? Has she said anything yet?
Oh, she's ticked. But you see her driving in her car.
See how grumpy she looked in the front seat, and she's looking at the press like.
And there's a big meeting today, so we could know by the end of the day today or tomorrow, depending on when they're gonna. What's she gonna do? Say no?
Cut them off?
You can't be. Yeah, they want to be cut off.
Yeah.
He's got $40 million from his mother's inheritance.
Who does?
Harry.
His mother. When you mean when she dies, she
Princess
gets.
Diana.
Oh.
Left
his mother?
$40 million.
To him alone?
No, to him and
So he got 20 mil.
No, he has $40 million.
Really?
Yeah. And then she's got a bazoozles full because
Meghan does?
Yeah, because she was acting and getting it.
Apparently she's doing a voiceover for Disney or something.
Well, yeah,
We
not
gotta
sure
go.
about that. We gotta go.
Sue Sings for Kids on the show today.
Oh, cool.
And digital creator. It's just at the North Branch Library, Hannah's here to talk about they're doing such fun stuff there. So it's going to be a great fun show to start your Monday off. And Luann has the news. So all of that and more on Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. I'm so happy you're here, Jocelyn McCullough. This is my... Do you say McCullough or McCullough?
McCullough.
McCullough, all right. Jocelyn and I go back, probably about 10 years now. But for the last 7 years, our affiliation mostly has been through Sault Sings for Kids. You were involved right from the get-go, weren't you?
No, I joined Algonquin Public Health in 2014 when they had just finished the second year.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were there the whole time.
No.
You got a lot of music in your background, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done musical theater in town with community theater groups. Your family's very musical, aren't they?
Yeah, we grew up, we did the Bandettes, Drum Bugle Corps, and I traveled the U.S. with the Blue Stars, and
yeah. And I think I spent some evenings with your mother at karaoke a few times here and there. Now, speaking of karaoke, one of the reasons why I called you was because I saw you doing this really fun thing for the teams that have registered this year for Sault Sings for Kids.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about just how you're setting the stage almost for these teams that are participating this year with a fun night.
Well, this year we have 10 teams registered, which
Holy
is amazing.
smoke.
We have at least 13 workplaces, and so it's a nice time to kind of invite the new teams on and reconnect with the other teams as well.
Because the teams don't often get to socialize other than they cross paths usually when there's rehearsals going on at the very final stages at the theater center. Right. And then there's usually like an evening, a celebration after, but they don't really socialize outside of that.
No, and I mean, the basis of Sault Sings for Kids was arranged by Sharon Vanderberg as a workplace glee competition. So we thought, why don't we expand it to a community glee? So this is one way that we do that. You know, we share kind of that passion, that love for singing and for our community.
Right.
And through karaoke, you know, for the teams and, you know, their close
when are you doing it?
relatives. Next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. Yeah. It's not really open to the public. This is just, but I'm just sharing this story because it's such a feel-good story. So these workplace teams get together, all for the good of local children's charities. In 7 years, Jocelyn, how much has Sault Sings for Kids raised thus far?
Over $130,000 for our local children's charities.
Everything stays local. So the idea, of course, behind this is that workplaces get together, or combined workplaces, which is also sort of new in the last few years. Because oftentimes a workplace doesn't have enough people to make up a team.
Sure.
So workplaces are allowed to combine forces. Like, for instance, who's combining forces this year? The Lynn and...
Arch.
Yeah. That's a brand new team this year. Any other new teams this year you can remember?
So the CLA, the Community Living Algoma.
Have they put one in?
Yes.
They're great friends of ours here at ONNtv. They've hosted us. Actually, we've done live on locations a couple times at CLA.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to have them. Algoma Family Services has partnered up with City of Sault Ste. Marie Social Services.
We finally got AFS in there.
They're here finally.
That's wonderful. So these teams get together, and when did they start? When did they choose their songs and register and pick all their stuff? Has that already been taken care of?
Pretty much taken care of, yeah.
I would imagine.
There's 10 teams registered. We wouldn't want to have more than 12, I think, just for the
length of the show.
Everything,
right?
Yeah, I want to keep it.
So they probably started rehearsals when? November? When?
Yeah, we start talking about it September, October. We kind of develop our theme, pick our music, register in November.
Right.
And then we do some planning, and then our rehearsals start typically in January.
So you're really just getting underway now.
Exactly.
I know that Kevin, our master controller here, is one of the coaches. So for those who don't know also, local mentors are brought in, whether they're choreographers or whether they're music directors for the teams. They volunteer their time and they work in rehearsal with the teams, coaching, mentoring, giving choreography, giving performance tips, so that the teams get together and by the end they've got an entire production number that's ready to go.
Right.
And then when is the actual event this year, the show itself?
So the show's Wednesday, May 13th. It starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $30. You can get them online or at the box office.
Online, by the way, is saultctc.ca, and Sue is spelled SAULT. SAULTCTC.ca. Box office in the Station Mall, right?
Yeah.
And I should warn you now, every year for 7 years, Sault Sings for Kids has completely sold out. And there's usually waiting lists for people who didn't get tickets. So I really do encourage you to get your tickets now.
Definitely.
I hear you have a very entertaining host for the show.
Yes, I wonder who it could be.
Could be me.
Welcome again.
I have such a great time. It's one of the highlights of my year, honestly, because I love watching the passion that these people bring to the stage, and it also highlights the amazing talents that we have in the hidden talents in the workplaces. Let's talk a little bit about some of the charities that have benefited. Can you mention some of those in the past 7 years?
I know in the past, Jumpstart, which is through Canadian Tire, they keep all the funds local so that people maybe who couldn't maybe afford to put their kids into different sporting events,
sporting programs, even equipment and stuff too.
Exactly, equipment. I know that the Women in Crisis Children's Program has benefited, the Surrey Hospital Children and Adolescent Psychiatric Unit.
Yes, that's right. And the list goes on. I mean, the list of charities that benefit, and the really amazing thing about this too is there are some grand prize winners. I mean, as much as it's at 5,000 has been as high as
last year we did 5,500 for
the first place. And that goes to the charity of the team's choice. So there's this first, second, third that are substantially more, but then even after that, every team that enters is guaranteed to take some money home for their charity. Not money home. They don't take it home. They just get they will receive a check for the charity of their choice.
And so our goal every year is to get enough sponsors to donate so that we can give all of the ticket sale funds. So if you purchase a ticket, you know that full fund that we receive goes directly towards local children's charities.
Because, I mean, obviously there's overhead involved in putting on a show like this. You have to rent the theater space, and that comes with technicians whose salaries must be paid. There's also printing costs for programs. There are a lot of overhead expenses. I mean, you incur office costs too in printing and stuff. So
insurance.
When you insurance. So when you have the sponsors, and I know in the past you've had some really regular sponsors, Floriani O'Toole, for instance, I think has been along for the ride almost every year. And there's different levels of sponsorship.
Exactly.
So if you're a smaller business, you could go bronze, all the way up to platinum, right?
Yep.
And that money offsets the overhead costs so that every dollar from ticket prices can go to the kids.
Yeah. And so, we are always looking for sponsors, and we appreciate that. And if they were interested in sponsoring, they could email us info@susings.ca.
info@susings.ca is the email. You have a really great Facebook page. And you have a great website now too.
Yes.
I remember, did Eric Vanderberg get that underway originally and now it's off and running, or?
Their nephew, Dave.
Dave,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
That Vanderberg family, all involved.
Yeah, thank you.
So the website, is it
susings.com or susings.ca.
Or susings.ca, either one works.
Yeah.
And that's certainly how someone could get in touch with you to offer sponsorship.
Yeah. There's a donate button right on the top corner. It's good throughout the year.
You can also choose to donate throughout the year too. And then on the night, this is also fun, on the night of the event, generally it's live streamed, and you can also donate over the course of the evening as well.
Yeah.
There's a People's Choice Award that's given out. So your APH has a team in again?
We do. We've been, I think, Encore. We've been a part the whole way. Sharon Vanderberg was our founder, and so she led the team, and I think the team just...
No, and we never talk about what songs you're doing. That's always, because the teams don't know what...
I don't even know what the other teams are doing.
And you're on the board.
Yes, so we have a couple people who are dedicated, but I don't like to know.
You're a co-chair. Who's the other chair with you this year, Jocelyn?
Carrie Finley. Yeah.
Is Carrie with the city?
She's with the city.
Okay. And what about as far as the children? Do you get any feedback from the kids who benefit from the programs? Have you ever had a chance to hear about?
Yeah, so we have had some coverage on the charities who have used the funds. So I know they've thrown maybe some Christmas parties, or they've had equipment purchased for the children,
right,
and given them opportunities they may not have.
It's a totally feel-good event, and unless you've actually seen it, you will not believe. I love it when I'm emceeing, and after the first act, usually I'll come out and the audience, anybody who hasn't been there before is usually absolutely stunned, floored, blown away by the professionalism, the quality of the talent. So if you haven't checked it out, really, I do encourage you, if you haven't seen the Sault Sings for Kids yet, get your ticket now, because you're not going to get in otherwise.
Yeah.
Have fun at the karaoke night.
Thank you.
Where are you doing that?
That'll be with Grand Gardens.
Oh, nice of them. Grand Gardens North or downtown?
Downtown.
Downtown, okay. More intimate venue. Great.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Okay,
Jocelyn, I'll see you on the 13th of May at 7 o'clock sharp.
We'll see you there.
I'll be there, and we hope to see you there too. Thanks to Jocelyn McCullough for being here from Sault Sings for Kids, and we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this message.
This is ONNtv.
lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
So yes, the Academy Award nominations are going on right now as we speak, and I just pulled this off. I just found this on Twitter. Best Supporting Actress category. Kathy Bates is nominated for the film Richard Jewell.
Oh.
I don't know that movie, do you?
Neither.
Laura Dern for Marriage Story, Best Supporting. I saw that. I told you I saw that one.
No. Did
Oh
you?
my God. Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
How did I see it on Netflix? They get for an Academy Award, but I saw Marriage Story. I guess it was a major release, and then I saw it on TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, I loved it.
Good.
Funny, sad, all at once. Laura Dern. Okay, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit. That's the one that takes place in like the Hitler regime, but it's a comedy, I think. It's like an off-the-wall kind of. It's about Nazis. Speaking of Hitler, by the way, on this date in 1943, Hitler declared total war against the Allies. This was the beginning of.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was the official beginning of the war.
Didn't last very long, though.
No, so Jojo Rabbit is about. I'm sure it's about Nazis and a comedy. Florence Pugh. I don't know that actress, but she's nominated for Best Supporting for Little Women.
Yeah, there were a couple of the sisters that I'm not very.
So I'm not sure which character
I think she
played.
might have been.
Marmee, the mother?
No, that was Laura Dern.
Oh,
was the mom?
Really?
Yeah, Elizabeth Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. I think might have been the youngest sister who wasn't well.
The one
Meg?
who dies?
Meg, yeah.
There's a musical version of Little Women that I want to direct one
Wouldn't
day.
that be awesome? Would you like to see that?
Would you go and see that?
I would see that.
Oh, Audrey says she would too. See, people like Little Women. And Margot Robbie for Bombshell. Now that's the story about the sexual harassment case against that guy. They were the news reporters, the ladies, the news. Remember?
Oh, Ains. From Fox.
There you
Roger
go.
Ailes?
Roger Ailes. I believe that's the story for on Bombshell.
And they all play the roles of people who are current, and the resemblance is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman's in that too.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So anyway, Margot Robbie got a nomination. That's all I know right now. Sorry.
That's all you know?
That's all I know. I don't know anything else. I know that there was a rumor going around that Lori Loughlin had hired prison consultants. Did you hear that story?
No.
Yeah. So I read this the other day. I didn't report on it because I thought this is silly. But so it turns out it may not be true. But there are people who exist that are prison consultants that teach you how to cope behind bars.
That I would hire someone because I'd be afraid.
Well, and they're supposed to teach you things like the lingo, like how to talk in prison.
Right.
And they also teach like martial arts for self-defense. These consultants do these things. But you know who used those consultants and says it's a big sham? Remember the lady from Dance Moms? Her name was Abby Lee Miller, and she went for fraud.
Fraud?
Yeah, for bankruptcy fraud. So and she did a year, I think. Anyway, she said she hired 2. The network hired her one, the network that does Dance Moms, Lifetime, I think. And then she also hired somebody. And she said, total scam.
No.
She said, and Lori Loughlin, if she goes to prison, she's not going to need anything like martial arts or the lingo.
Oh, no?
She said, because she played Aunt Becky, they're going to love her. Because she said, me from Dance Moms, they all hated me. Because they showed the nasty side of myself, and the prison guards were like, "You're that woman who yelled at the kids," and they'd kick her bed and stuff. The prison guards didn't like her, but they said because she played a nice character, the prison guards would be nicer. She said all they're going to want to know is like, is John Stamos really hot?
Yeah.
What's it like working with the twins?
Well, I always worry about confrontations, and because you hear about sexual relations that are in women's prisons that are quite aggressive. So I worry about that.
I think you watch too many movies.
Do you think?
I don't know.
There are stats that show there are more sexual relations in a female prison than in a male prison.
Well, maybe everybody could just get a candle from Goop and make themselves happy.
Just be happy and smell. Just be happy and stink like a...
Do you have real news?
I have real news coming up right after this, so stay tuned.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
On Thursday around 6 p.m., City Police responded to a call for service in the area of Caledon Street. Officers found a male in critical condition suffering from a gunshot wound. 44-year-old John David Jameson was transported to hospital and later died as a result of his injuries. The incident has been deemed a homicide, and officers with investigation services continue to investigate. Police believe this is an isolated incident and that there is no threat to public safety. The unintended release of an Ontario-wide alert about an incident at the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station yesterday has sparked a provincial investigation into how such an error could happen and how such future mistakes can be avoided. The province's Solicitor General said the error occurred during a routine training exercise being conducted by the Provincial Emergency Operations Centre. Solicitor General Sylvia Jones said the centre conducts exercises testing the system twice daily, but there was no intention to notify the public. She said the investigation will examine the sequence of events that led to the alert being sent out and what contingency measures should be in place. Jones said she expects the results of the probe to be made public. Elementary teachers in Ontario are stepping up their job action today with a new phase of their Work to Rule campaign. Teachers won't be supervising extracurricular activities outside regular school hours, participating in field trips, or participating in assemblies except to supervise students. They are also threatening to start rotating strikes next Monday if the government refuses to address critical issues by Friday. This round of contract talks has been difficult difficult between the government and all major teachers' unions, with most at varying stages of job action. In English Catholic schools, teachers will start their own Work to Rule campaign, including not participating in standardized testing, preparing report card comments, or participating in Ministry of Education initiatives. And then on Wednesday, high school teachers will stage the latest in a series of rotating strikes. Education Minister Stephen Lecce says teachers in the French system have also announced a Work to Rule campaign, but the union would only say that it will talk about the next steps in the bargaining process at a press conference tomorrow. Between countless penalties and a mismatch in skill level, the Hounds did themselves no favors last night, taking a hard loss at the hands of the London Knights by a final score of 7-1. The Hounds are in the midst of a tight playoff race to secure one of the final 2 playoff spots in the OHL's Western Conference. Hundreds of mourners gathered at the University of Toronto to mourn the victims of a jetliner that was accidentally shot down by an Iranian missile last week. All 176 people on board were killed, including 138 passengers bound for Canada. The University of Toronto lost 6 students.
We have lost such incredible people. This is this university's loss. This is Toronto's loss. This is Ontario's loss. And this is Canada's loss. Nothing will ever replace these brilliant lives that have been cut short.
I stand behind our Prime Minister. I think we all do stand behind our Prime Minister in demanding both answers and justice on behalf of all of the very same people, the victims and the families and the co-workers and the friends of this terrible disaster. They need answers and they deserve answers. And I hope in the days to come we will see other countries whose citizens were not as directly affected stand beside Canada and stand beside our citizens who were lost, as we proudly do so often for them.
A message from the Government of Canada.
And we have some sad news to relay, unless you've heard already.
What happened?
In the Canadian music industry, the drummer for Rush passed away.
Did you see his drum kit?
Yes.
Did you see his drum kit? It was wild.
Apparently, he was phenomenal. I don't know anything about drums, but other drummers say he was iconic. Yeah. And his name is Neil Peart. My apologies for the pronunciation on that. But yeah, 66.
Heart attack? What was it?
No, he had brain cancer.
Oh, man.
For 3 years.
Wow.
Isn't that a shame? What a loss.
There he is.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, there was an overhead view
phenomenal.
of his drum kit that looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like so many cymbals.
Unbelievable. He could really play.
And you know what? Apparently, he was really heavily influenced jazz fusion kind of thing, apparently.
Oh, is that right, eh?
I remember reading that.
Look at Rush. Go, Rush.
Canadian.
Come on,
Not too bad.
Yeah,
okay, so how about this category for the Academy Awards nominations for supporting actor? Are you ready for this? This is supporting actor. Tom Hanks for It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for Two Popes, both Al Pacino and Joe Pesci for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Best supporting: Hanks, Hopkins, Pacino, Pesci, and Pitt.
How could he be supporting? Who's he supporting? He's Mr. Rogers.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe the running shoes.
The sweaters?
The sweaters. I don't know who else is in the movie.
Right?
Well, does that mean that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to get Best Actor and not Brad Pitt because Brad's part was smaller than Leo's? How do they decide this stuff?
I think sometimes that's how they.
Cinematography. This one's kind of cool. The Irishman again. Jack. No.
Joker. I'm looking at your writing going, it's not Jack, it's Joker.
Joker. That was good. Yeah.
Awesome.
The Lighthouse. That's the one with craggy face and tall guy.
Craggy face and tall guy.
Okay, so tall guy was the guy from the vampire movies. What's his name? Tall guy who played a vampire. He's Josie. He's good looking. And then the other guy is craggy face, the blonde. Never mind. You're just punishing me. 1917.
No, I don't know who you're talking about. The Lighthouse.
Robert, look at that guy. There's craggy face on the left and top. Robert Pattinson. He was the vampire guy. He's on the right.
Wow.
And craggy face
Defoe. Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Craggy face.
Craggy face.
How do you not know?
They look the same age.
Once again, parlor games with Luann, not fun. She can't guess.
Well, as if the tall guy and craggy face. Really?
Other people would know that.
Now. Yeah,
1917 is also nominated for cinematography.
I want to see that one too.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for cinematography.
Awesome. Mark Hamill has deleted Facebook from his social media.
I don't blame him.
He is very, very disappointed in Mark Zuckerberg because he says he values profit more than truthfulness.
Truthfulness,
because he allows political lies and discussions and
he allows
advertising.
people to buy advertising and lie about things on their advertising. That's not a good policy to have. You can't lie in advertising.
No, exactly. I don't know what the point of that is.
I kind of struggled with that as well.
And Mark said...
Zuckerberg?
No, Mark Hamill said, you know what, I know it's not going to change the world, but it's my little way of saying...
It's my little way of saying...
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Also, over the weekend, Tiger Woods was caddy for his son, his 10-year-old son, at a junior golf event in Florida. How cute is that?
How intimidating for the other players to have Tiger Woods caddying for one of your competitors.
Well, you're just caddying. You're just carrying the clubs around.
Caddies also suggest which clubs to use.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think they do.
Really?
They can help assess shots. I think a good caddy does that.
Are they tall or craggy face, though?
Hey, okay, I have an interview with Hannah from the library next.
Oh, good.
Wait till you hear the stuff they have going on for teens and preteens. Phenomenal. Okay, stay tuned for that next on this.
Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Why, look who's here. It's Hannah Kaiko. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
So you have a brand new library you're working out of. You must love it.
We're so excited. We're
North
so
Branch.
happy. Yes, it's gorgeous, and it's got a great space for the teens. So
Does it?
It does.
You have a lot of little, like there's different rooms up there, right? For different workshops and stuff?
Exactly. So there's a green screen right up there in our space.
So for the photography? Hey, there's a picture of it. There, look, there's a picture of it. It's on the camera right now.
Yes, it's gorgeous, and it's just great to have that kind of equipment up there for the teens. We're so excited.
So what, I mean, do you have preteen and teen programming, right?
Yeah, but we also welcome all ages. So anybody can drop in, anybody can try it out, and then we focus on preteen programming, adult programming, and regular teen
Do you
programming.
split your time between the James Al McIntyre branch and the North branch? Are you like running all over the place?
I do, yes. I'm a little bit everywhere. So once a month, starting in January, we're up at the North branch every Wednesday.
And this, when you say us, you're talking about Digital Creator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so once a month you're at the North branch? And
That's
then the
right.
rest of the time?
Downtown location.
Downtown
James L.
location.
McIntyre.
Tell me, so explain what Digital Creator is, what kind of things that you do with the teens and the youth.
Okay, so Digital Creator North is a media lab, and we welcome teens, youth, and then adults to come in and drop in and try our equipment. So on site, we always have professional cameras, Mac computers with Adobe programs on there for them to try out, virtual reality headset, and they can just come in during our open studio hours and tinker with it, hang out, talk. So we're kind of a bit of everything.
Whoa! And that's all with your library card? You just have a library card and you can
You don't need a library card.
What?
That's right.
Anybody can come in and use it even
That's
without
right.
a library card. Oh, look at this. Did somebody make this little film or something?
Yeah, so we do a ton of stop motion and
Come off
claymation.
it. You guys make that stuff there?
They make that stuff there.
You teach them how though, or what?
I mentor them, I work with them, but they are so talented and they could do it without me.
These
so.
are teens who do this?
Sometimes preteens, sometimes younger. They're awesome. They're so smart.
What? That's so cool. Wait a minute. So, and do you offer workshops though?
Yes, we do
Like,
structured
you
workshops.
have the drop-in thing where you can just the stuff is there for you to tinker with, but you actually do workshops too, right?
Yeah, we invite them to come into more structured workshops.
Look in front of me right now. Is it tonight? No.
So Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, because you just said that every Wednesday you're gonna. Hi Tim, pay attention to your guest. Every Wednesday you're at the North Branch.
Yeah.
This coming Wednesday, the 15th. That's in 2 days. Preteen Workshop Photography Challenge. What's that?
So we're going to be featuring preteen workshops up at the North Branch. So we're going to do a photography challenge. Usually I have like a set scavenger hunt or types of pictures that I want them to learn how to take. So maybe candid photography or landscape photography. And then they can kind of move around the library and get all those taken in different areas and check them off the checklist. It's super fun.
That is so fun. But wait a minute. Are they using their cell phones, cameras, the cameras that you have? How does it work? What equipment do they use there?
They can use whatever they want, but we always have professional Canon cameras for them to work with.
Get out of here. That is
Pretty
so
sweet.
cool.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
And then what about I see also on your calendar for Friday the 17th, Youth Advisory Council meeting. What are you doing with that?
So So the teens and I set up a youth council. It's using their voices and their ideas to make the space better, to grow the space, to see what they want to do in the space going forward. And they really lead it. And they come together and they talk and they share what they want to do and what kind of things they hope to see and their strengths. And
So it's really youth engagement.
It's so much fun.
Wait a minute, is that main branch though, that one? The Youth Advisory Council meeting at 4 p.m. on Friday.
Yes, and we always welcome new people to join the Youth Advisory Council, so it doesn't have to be somebody that's already a member. We want to hear from everybody.
You can just drop in?
That's right, we can always just drop in.
And join the council. What ages do you have, or is it any age?
We're welcoming all ages with a focus, so our preteens are usually 9 to 13, and then our adults, our teens are 13 to 19,
right.
And then adults is upwards.
So, in other words, you could be a 10-year-old kid and go in and sit there and chat and say, I would like to see this happen at the library.
That's right.
I'd like programming to teach me this. That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. It's awesome.
So we're already halfway through January. Do you know what's going on in February too, or do you plan far in advance?
Yeah, so we try to do a lot of community engagement. So we're going to be working with Coach Katrina again in February.
Yes, Coach Katrina.
I'm not going to say what we're going to do, make it a little bit exciting.
Yeah.
And then we're going to work with another young adult who's going to teach our adults how to do some Etsy shops online, how to sell their handmade crafts and goods online using our equipment. That'll be really cool.
Wait a minute, so the kids are going to be teaching adults how to sell?
How to sell
like
stuff
how
on
to market
Etsy,
stuff on Etsy.
And just learn about that using our digital media equipment, of course. So that'll be cool. And then we're gonna have a Super Smash Bros tournament at Bonsu.
A what?
So the kids love Super Smash Bros. It's a video game.
Is it okay?
Oh yeah. I had to learn myself as well.
Great.
And they're going to be competing, going against each other in a big tournament at the Bonsu, right on site at Bonsu,
really?
using our equipment. And I'll be there, and it'll be tons of fun.
Tons of fun. Hannah Kaiko, if people want to find out more, what's a great way to learn more about where do they find this calendar, for instance, or where can they go to learn more about the activities of the library?
So they can always come in the library anytime. All the staff, they're awesome. They know all about us. They have all our stuff on hand. But our Digital Creator North Facebook page.
Okay.
Instagram is a great place for the teens to look at stuff and find out what we're doing. And then usually Sault Ste and SaultOnline share all of our stuff as well.
SaultOnline, we actually, I know that Trina does for our community calendar.
She does.
SaultOnline's community calendar, you'll always find the listings for Digital Creator, for anything at the library is there.
That's right.
All the story times too.
So much fun. She's great. She shares everything.
She does. Okay, so what about costs?
Everything is free.
You gotta love the library. Everything is free. So once again, just to recap, Wednesday the 15th, show up, just drop in. 3:30? Right after school?
Right after school.
So wait a minute, that's a good question. Do you have to go there right at 3:30, or when you say 3:30 to 6, does that mean, I could come in at like 4 o'clock? Or
anytime. So even when there's a workshop, even if we have a scheduled workshop, it's really important to let the teens know they can drop in whenever. There's no strict guidelines, no strict times. I'm there 3:30 to 8, but we welcome them to drop in anytime in that window.
Okay, so it says preteen. Does that mean that if somebody is 14, they can't come? No.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So we always have a little bit of flexibility with the age groups, with a focus on preteen likes and dislikes, things like that.
Okay, cool. And then the Youth Advisory Council, 4 p.m. downtown.
That's right.
Hannah Kaiko, thank you very much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So Digital Creator.
North.
North.
Because we're in Northern Ontario.
I thought it was just because it was the North Branch.
No.
Digital Creator North is like at both branches.
It's at 6 locations in Northern Ontario.
What do you mean?
So we got us, and then we got 6 others in Northern Ontario, which is super cool.
So this isn't just like a Sault Ste. Marie thing?
No.
Do they provide all the equipment, Digital Creator North?
We're funded by the Ontario Trillium Fund and Canada Council of the Arts, not for profit.
I had no idea. I thought this was just something that happened in our branches. This is across Northern Ontario.
Super cool.
Do the kids ever interact with other kids from other cities?
Sometimes via social media, that's possible, so it's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so there you go. If you want your child to learn about photography or anything else.
That's right.
Computers, gaming, everything, right?
Everything.
Go see Hannah. All right, we'll be back with Luann right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Boy, the things you miss when you don't have a cell phone. I lost my cell phone in Cuba, and I just went and got it replaced yesterday. Took care of all that. But in the meantime, without my phone, thank goodness that Pickering announcement was a mistake, because I would have just never known, because I didn't have a phone. So
how scary!
I never got an alert. What happened?
It was on television too, right? Like if you were watching TV, they cut in with the alert.
Really?
Yeah. It was
what time was that at?
I don't know what time it is. I was sick this weekend, so.
Yeah. No, I missed that whole thing.
It wasn't that early.
I saw this thing on my iPad that said, "We apologize for the thing." I'm like, "What thing?" I didn't even know.
Well,
I could have been dead from a nuclear reactor. I would never have known.
They test twice a day. Every day at the Pickering reactor.
They do the warning tests?
They do a warning test, they do tests through, and unfortunately there's a channel for the tests and then a channel for live, and unfortunately human error went to live.
But if you didn't have a phone, you would never have known, I guess, unless you're watching TV.
Or listening to the radio, I imagine. But yeah, seriously.
Wow. Was it scary?
Oh my God, and really long, eh? So you're just like, what?
Does this make any sense to you at all? When I found out about the missiles hitting the Afghanistan plane that killed the Canadians and the Afghans, I was even sadder. I mean, I was already sad that they had died, but when I found out it was just a stupid
mistake.
It made me even sadder.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if that person feels bad.
Oh my goodness. Well, we hope you feel good.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Enjoy your Monday.
Thanks, Casey Security, too.
And we'll see you tomorrow on Mornings with Luann and Tim, live, 8 o'clock.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and road work all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation, because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
They served to protect our homes. Now many are homeless. They fought for our way of life. Now many are fighting personal battles of their own. They answered the call for our country. Now we honor them by serving our communities. Help us help Canada's veterans. Become a Legion member today.